Yo, this is your boy Fat Man. Okay. I restarted this video and I had to restart because it was like 13 minutes and no one's going to watch that. Our conversation's dead. Honestly, no, I don't think so. But for the most part, I kind of want to view this and say, is freedom of speech dead? Is God dead? Is political opinions dead? Honestly, political opinions are never going to be dead. They just seem to just go back and forth. And freedom of speech isn't dead. But this is the problem where people have with moral conversations. Are you having these conversations because you want to talk? Or are you having them because you kind of want to spew some rhetoric and be a hateful person? I don't necessarily think hateful is the term, right? I do think I was on YouTube for 10 years, a decade, right? I've been on YouTube for a decade, 11 years now. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you, I haven't grown. I have 1,000 subs. Thanks to all you for subscribing. Those thousands of people don't look at all my content. I don't have 1,000 viewers. I just have people who come in for the content. And YouTube Shorts don't do shit. So I'm going to be honest with you as an individual and as a true blue person. Just have conversations, but this is what you have to do on the platform of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even Twitter. You have to make the conversation be true and genuine, right? And the only way we can still have conversations nowadays, besides like people talking about hate speech, and what hate speech is you're hating someone and you're bashing them in your words. Honestly, that's a little fucked up, but that's not necessarily what we want to do. What we want to do is have open discussions and clear the fucking air. I think YouTube is changing. After the banning of Andrew Tate and Sneeko and then maybe other people out there, like Kanye West as well. So that's 3 people gone, right? 3 is the magic number, remember that. It kind of takes a toll when you look at these celebrities and say to yourself, wow, why were they banned again? Andrew Tate was banned because he was saying some so-called wild shit about men and women and about how men are better than women. And women need to be protected and pampered a little bit, I guess. Well, probably not pampered, but it is what it is. Me, personally, I think Andrew Tate said a mixed bag of things that I can agree on. Some others, I honestly don't care because I'm like, you're rich, you live a different life than me, nigga. And as a man, personally for me as a man, I don't want niggas speaking on me. Speaking for me or speaking on to me. Simple as that. If you're a grown-ass man, don't speak for me because you don't. Andrew Tate don't speak for every guy out there. But some people are like, well, he speaks for me. I believe in that. That's fine. Why do you believe in that? There you go. That opens up the floor to conversation, right? And some men will bring up some bullshit about, well, this is how they did it back in the days. Well, if you look at one of Abba and Preach's videos, they talk about it kind of differently. As back in the days, it was more of a cooperative stance. Even nowadays, you can't just have one income. It needs to be 2. It just is what it is, right? I talked about this in an older video. You want to have conversations. Sneeko got banned, and honestly, that's a whole conversation within itself. And I'll review that Abba and Preach video sooner or later. But after Kanye gets banned, people start looking at that, and I think, who was it? Kyrie Irving getting banned or getting like taken off Nike. It's kind of disturbing and kind of messed up. These attacks are random, and Kyrie Irving didn't say shit, but Kanye West, on the other hand, it looks different from that point of view. He's unhinged a little bit, I'm just saying. But for me personally, I think conversations are not dead. It's kind of how you display these conversations, right? If you just go for the attack on someone on the street, do you think gay people are bad? Do you think the LGBT community does good? Are they grooming children? If you ask people these things and they honestly give you these really fucked up answers and they look at you like you're an asshole, or they attack you or threaten to punch you in the face because you asked them that question, calm down, society. You kind of have to look at what that question meant. You know what I'm saying? You have to ask them, well, why are you asking me that question? That's just kind of weird, right? Simple as that. But you don't want to phrase any question that way and have an open dialogue. Do I think it's dead on YouTube? No. Podcasts, reaction channels, and even review and opinion channels are still out there. Now, if you don't give the right opinion or the right point, people look at you like, well, this is what I believe. But we're all different individuals. I think that time is kind of got hit by the sun and went out the sky. Being different doesn't mean anything. And right now, it's probably like I'm not saying nothing, so let me pull back for a second. It's good to have a conversation. It's good to kind of let your points be heard. And if you want to have good convos, let's be real here, have a conversation. Don't attack somebody. open up the floor for discussion. I really do think Destiny does this pretty well in some of his videos. And Admin Preach have convos, talk to each other, and they're talking to a camera like I'm doing, but they had that conversation. They cut through the root of it. I've watched a lot of Sneako's content, and I respect him for being a good creator. Now, when I look at his content, do I only see it pandering to one side and not having full-on convos anymore? Yes, I see it no longer having discussions. I see it being, this is how it is, this is how it should be, and that's the truth, nothing else. You're kind of stupid on that. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at the grand scheme of it. As a man, personally, I don't speak for a lot of people. I'll speak for myself, and I'll let everything else be broad spectrum. You never know who thinks this way and who can think the same but slightly. Like, oh, I agree with that, but I do myself differently. You know, I kind of may take points or hints from that. But we have discussions to look at each other as individuals. I used to do a bunch of rants, old school rants back in the days. Some of them sucked, some of them were good, some of them were bad. And now I've leveled up to doing these type of content, right? I'm not ever leveling up on YouTube as much as I want, but I'm trying to be 10K is the next goal. So 10K, be there for 10K. And other than that, it's just talking. I really don't know what it is, but a lot of people say freedom of speech is dead. No, these platforms are free, but these companies are private. So you can't say much and you can't do much, because if you do something, you're gonna fuck with their money. And they want advertisers, because let's just be honest, if I can't pay my staff because you were acting up and other people believe in your shit, cool, you can go somewhere else and spit that. If I can't pay the servers that run this system, no more YouTube, goodbye, end of story. You don't keep this platform running the way you think you do. Some people do believe that. I believe if most of the creators left this platform today, would YouTube still be around? Yeah, it would. Other people would just be on here because they'll say, go fuck yourself, go to Rumble, nigga, I'm gonna stay here and make my content because this is where my audience is. Because a lot of times, people's audiences, they don't follow you to no other platform. Some do. Some want to go where your content is. That means you have fucking powerful influence. But it's how you have those conversations. It's how you express that. And sometimes some people can't express it well enough, and some people come out their face and start wilding on you. Honestly, I feel like discussions aren't dead on this platform. It is how you kind of maneuver around it. And if you can't maneuver and you can't talk, I don't know what you're trying to do here. I do feel that YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and maybe TikTok have changed the game when it comes to speaking about something. It's how you say it and how the delivery is. It's like a joke setup. If your setup was terrible and your delivery sucked, you need to go back to the drawing board and set that shit up properly. Everything in time, everything in due time, and everything comes naturally to those. You don't want to sit there spouting off the same shit and people have heard it already. Andrew Tate, cool guy, but I really do, and I have to be honest, if he's going to keep saying the same shit up until next year, he's going to find it and be very boring. I'm just going to be honest, because that's a repetitive cycle. Sneako, he's doing the same thing he is this year and doing the same thing next year. There is no growth, really. You're just saying the same shit and it's going to be overplayed out. Just what it is, right? In the beginning, I watched one of Sneako's content. He said, this is all entertainment. I'm not an influencer. You shouldn't blah, blah, blah. Honestly, cool. Then you should have stayed on the platform and you should have told them I'm playing a character. Ray William Johnson stayed on this platform for years. Motherfucking years. And that's how he was able to get away with half the shit he did. He was playing a character on Equals 3. But what most of you did is y'all took it to heart and you kept fucking yourselves. Honestly, I believe in strong hand-pointed conversations. You have a strong argument, you have strong points, the next person should be able to refute that and have their own strong point, strong argument. But if none of it fucking works, if we're all just yelling at a fucking screen, what's the fucking point? What's the point? Your point, your opinion doesn't mean nothing when you get fucking booted off the platform and then you have to be guest starred on other people's YouTube channels. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't recommend banning nobody, but I do recommend open floor discussions. Everybody's going to eat, but that's not the point of eating. It's the point of having the discussion and still being able to eat. You don't believe what I'm saying, you think I'm bullshit, and that's fine. This is your boy Fat Man. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is gonna be simply a little bit edited. There's an outro. I don't have anything else. Yeah. Peace and I'm out.
Shit.
Getting on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. I ain't talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas falling like autumn, nigga. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.